Everybody, I would love to introduce you to Simon Wade. Many of you might know him already. He is the owner-director of Rugby Double Glazing. He's also a reader at Christchurch in Brownsover, and I've asked to talk to him this morning so that we can record this short interview so that we can chat about the impact on small businesses and local firms of this crisis. So Simon, could you just fill us in? What has been the impact on your business?
It closed us down overnight from working away, selling windows, selling doors, conservatories. And then on, I think, Monday, the 23rd of March, it was all over. We were told to stop, we were told to go home. And so we literally had to stop. Our guys went home, and it brought the business completely to an end.
Yeah. Has everybody stayed well? Have you had anybody poorly?
No, we've been really fortunate. All of our guys have stayed healthy, and I've kept in touch with them, on a weekly basis, trying to update them, trying to give them the best information I've got. But no, we've been very fortunate, and also the customers I've spoken to, they have remained healthy as well. So we're fortunate we haven't been affected directly by this illness.
And how have you felt about the provision that the government have made for small businesses?
Well, I've been really pleased. History will tell whether we should have shut down a week earlier or a week later. But in terms of business support, I think the Conservative government came very quickly out of the starting blocks with grants, with the furlough scheme. And so it just added a small degree of certainty in a really uncertain time, a really fearful time for people, for their mortgages, their families, their work. And it just helped to calm some of the fears and some of the anxieties.
So it came to a very sudden end, and now I know that because we've already spoken, you're on the cusp of opening up again. Do you want to say something about what you hope about that? As you were talking about a new way of working, or
modern technology has been a real blessing in this time. The double glazing industry has had a bad reputation over the years. Traditionally, a smart guy or girl in a suit would appear with a briefcase, and they would sit in your house for hour after hour and bore you to death, and you'd either throw them out or you'd sign the contract. And I think that was a well-known method of working. Being a local company, we haven't been able to do that. We've always tried to treat people as if it was our mother or father or our aunt, giving the best advice we possibly could. And I think going forwards, we've seen how we can speak to people by Zoom in a similar way to this, talk them through what they want, colors, styles, openers. We can do a lot of that work as you and I are doing now, Sheila. So it is, I think, an exciting time to use modern technology to give people a better choice. It's a lot easier to switch off your computer if you've had enough of someone than it is to push them out the door.
Yeah. I'm really encouraged to hear that you're feeling positive and excited and energized. I know it hadn't been that way all the way through the experience of shutdown and lockdown for you. You said to me that Easter was a very significant moment for you because you recognised that those first disciples would have felt so deeply shocked and stunned when they lost Jesus so suddenly. They went from celebrating to him being arrested, and that you found that very moving and very powerful, and I'm sure a lot of us identify with that. We walked the Easter story very much more meaningfully. But then you were telling me that VE Day also impacted you. Do you want to say a bit about that?
Yeah, I was taking the VE Day Zoom service at our church on the Sunday after the Friday, and part of the thing we did at church was decorate the church with some flags, some Union Jacks, And also I wanted to share some of the stories of the people involved in the whole war effort, because it was a whole country that made an enormous sacrifice to get through. And I was looking at the Dunkirk effect, and as you know, the British Army was trapped in France. The German Army were 10 miles away, and there was no escape. The German Army had the air support. They were on the march. They were on the front foot, and it looked really, really bleak. And what the psalm I looked at for that Sunday was Psalm 142, which was the Psalm of David, where he was trapped in the cave. Saul was after him. Saul wanted to kill him. Saul had spies. He had the men. There was no earthly hope for David at that time, and yet he knew there was a heavenly hope. And the same or a similar situation happened at Dunkirk. The king called for a day of prayer.
He did, that's right.
There was no rational earthly hope for our army. And yet, through prayer, through working with God, miracles occurred. And it really struck me that it's so important, our relationship with God and our trust and our faith that God has got this in his hands.
Yeah.
And it can take away, not all the fear, but because we're human, but it can take away a great deal of that angst.
I think that's a great story to be reminded of this Sunday, because we're in the middle of another call to prayer, the Thy Kingdom Come initiative, which is asking us to pray. And we need to lean into the fact that prayer is powerful and amazing things happen when we do pray. So just bringing this to a close, but I want to mention the fact that Simon is part of something called the BMBC, which is the Bishop's Mission to Business Communities. Just reading that off my page, so check I've got it right. And some of our folks might not know that such an organisation exists. It kind of means that you are in touch with other small business leaders across the diocese. Do you want to just say a sentence or two about that for us?
Yeah. It's a group set up by the bishop, and it encourages business leaders of large businesses. We've got some chief executives, some very big corporations, hospital trusts, and also some small ones. There's myself. There's a lady who makes chocolate. We're always a fan to see her turn up. And we get together once a month, and in the past we've been meeting together, we've been having a meal, and we've been sharing our Christian faith through our work, encouraging each other to see how many hours we spend at work with our workforce, and how we can use our Christian beliefs, our Christian morals and values in our workplace. And so we've been meeting on a Zoom again once a month, and I'm a member of two groups. One is in Warwick, which was the original founders group, and now another group's open in Coventry as part of St. Mark's Church. And it's just a real great opportunity to chat to other Christian business leaders who are going through lots of similar issues, to encourage each other and to help each other, because I think we've all suffered at various times. One of the guys was saying it was the 6 week downer where he really hit the lowest point. For me, it was the first couple of weeks where I felt in a state of limbo and not quite knowing what was going to happen. And so being with other business people, being able to pray, being able to encourage has just been a really powerful tool in my work.
I'm really pleased to know that exists, and we want to pray God's blessing on you. We'll be praying in our service when this goes out for you. We'll be praying for other business leaders all around the town. But thank you so much for your time, Simon. It was great to talk to you.
No, Great to chat to you.